What's up, y'all, man? It's your boy Flan. Uh, we back with another one, man. So tonight, the Chicago Sky defeat the New York Liberty, score 90-81. And this is very interesting. The Liberty were an undefeated team coming to this game at home in New York. And the Chicago Sky, the team that Angel Reese plays for, goes out there and defeat them. Angel Reese himself chipped in 9 rebounds, 13 points, an assist in there as well. They were mostly led by Mabry, the guard, who chipped in 21 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. These young ladies out there, doing their thing and balling. But the main thing I want to talk about today was a disgusting day, man. Some of the things I saw, all over the internet, man. The internet is a place, man, I'm telling you don't know how to navigate it. It will destroy your soul. If you're not a principled person who stands upon something that is worthwhile, then you'll get sucked up into the madness, right? All day, I'm hearing just this lie being perpetrated, being thrown all over the place, being run with, that was started by none other than fathead Charles Barkley. Like I said, Charles Barkley, one of my favorite players of all time. But Charles also has some tendencies about him, especially when it comes to talking, that are like not the most concrete. It's not backed by integrity. Not backed by integrity. Charles would just start flipping, shooting off the hip, saying things that have no substance whatsoever. And the biggest bullshit lie that's going on right now that has no substance is this idea that women are all over the place just hating on Caitlin Clark. And I'm going to tell you why this is really evil, what y'all doing. Number one, it's a lie. It's just a straight slander on just the people in general, which is really it should be beneath your dignity as a man to go around with slander. And then number two is bad for Caitlin Clark, actually. It's really bad for her that you're pumping this bullshit out there that people are just hating on her. Number one, what is there to hate on? What is there to hate on? The fact that the NBA or the WNBA or whatever is televising her games? What exactly are they hating on? Before we even get into that, what I've been searching for all day, I'm looking for clips. I'm looking for any evidence of people hating on her. And when you ask these liars, you ask these little slandered, lying ass, fork-tongued individuals to provide the evidence, you know what they're giving you? They're giving you what Cheryl Swoops said. Cheryl Swoops played basketball 25 years ago. 25 years ago. What do you mean, Cheryl? Why would Cheryl Swoops, what she says, be hating? Cheryl Swoops is the equivalent of like Bill Walton would comment on like a rookie that's coming in. It's like when Jalen Rose would do the draft, and then he would give comps for different players. It's like that's the equivalent of that. She's speaking that you're not going to just come into the WNBA without going through a transition period. That was the gist of what Cheryl Swoops said. And then what actually happened was she was found to be correct in what she said. How is that hating? How is that hating, grown men? Seriously, men of the court, how is that hating? That you're a veteran who is an MVP, Hall of Fame basketball player, and you're saying that it's going to be a transition period from college to the pros. Are you serious, my dude? That's hating? And then they show, because they ain't got nothing, right? Because they really don't have no evidence. They just sit up there and say, what Diana Taurasi said. Bro, anybody with any type of, that's not in their feelings, that has any level of objectivity, and intelligence behind them, they know what Diana Taurasi was talking about. Number one, it comes from a competitor, right? Number two, it was true. The way she plays doesn't work in the WNBA. WNBA is full of grown women who can do like they already got people that can do step back threes and all that stupid shit that y'all think is just making her so different, right? Number three, this ain't hate. This is just part of integrity, just being a hooper. Caitlin Clark is not the best player in the WNBA. She's not the second, not the third, not the fourth. I would venture to say she is not a top 20 to 25 player in the WNBA. For real. Now, I got to sit down and write and go through lists and so on. But I'm telling you, she's not. And that's okay. She might be the best of the rookie class. Maybe. I don't know. We got to see when Cardoso comes back. But that's about it. She might be the best of the rookie class. I couldn't believe it, man. Channels that I listen to. One in particular, Rated R Sports. Like, this dude I actually respect. But he's sitting up there talking, and he clearly has not watched a damn game of WNBA. And he clearly doesn't care about the WNBA, which is cool. Some men, like, we still rock with this mentality that watching women's sports is beneath us. You know what I mean? Unless they just naked or something like that and you just getting some thrills from it. Like I'm saying, a lot of men just keep it real. That's how we think. It's beneath us. You know, we got the NBA. It's the superior product. The WNBA over there is struggling. You know, these are the things that's being said, right? And if that's how you are, that's cool. But I'm saying if you're a man that stands on some type of integrity and your word is your bond, and that's just the way you live, you're not going to say things that are just untrue. You're just not going to do all that. You're not going to be out there perpetrating this, just spreading this news that all these women are hating on Caitlin Clark. Who? Provide some evidence. Provide evidence, man. I've actually watched games. I've actually watched, like, they be asked about these rookies. And I've seen Kelsey Plum, they be asked about it. She's like, oh, that's good. You know, they bring the fans. Even Asia Wilson, like, all they do is show you the part where she talked about, race plays a part in it. And of course she said, I mean, that's her opinion. But of course race plays a part in it. A lot of things play a part in marketability. Like, we got to stop taking our feelings out of stuff. We got to stop taking our preconceived notions about things out of stuff and look at things for what they are. Just think business, right? If you are a marketer and you're trying to market a product and you're trying to give it to an athlete, let's be for real. If you have a great black athlete, you have a great white athlete, like, who would you pick? The ideal person is the white athlete, because numbers tell us that 70% of the American population identify as white, right? Blacks make up about 12 to 15% that identify as black. So if you're looking to make money, you're hoping you can tap into that 70% and then some of that 12%. So that's why that plays a part in it. Other things play a part in it that are very superficial, like looks, right? That's part of marketability, being pretty, being healthy, having a certain type of body shape. All of these things play a part in it, whether you like them or not. Maybe being tall as opposed to being short. You know, sometimes it's just they like your voice versus someone else's voice. Who knows? There's a number of different things that marketing companies and advertisers look for when they determine who's marketable and who's not. If you look at, for example, the commercial they got, Skins, where it's like the underwear commercial. Look who they got: Candace Parker, Plum, they got Dejanay, so on. You don't see none of the players that have a different image, like the ones that be like the Brittany Griner. You don't see Brittany Griner in that commercial, right? And you don't see others that fit that type of description on it, right? You know what I'm getting at, right? You don't see none of them. You see the ones that are more feminine looking and so on, right? So that all those things factor into marketability. So we can talk about race and be comfortable and be adults without thinking it's just some form of like accusing someone of racism. I would like to think we're mature enough to do that. So Asia Wilson was not crazy when she said that. Of course, race plays a part of it. Number two, you got to think about her own team. She has a team named Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum, white girl, got game, crazy game, better than Caitlin Clark. 10 times better. Anybody who watch Kelsey Plum, watch Caitlin Clark right now, 10 times better than her. I actually believe she's a better player in college as well, but that's a whole nother thing for another day. We'll compare and contrast, okay, to do that. Like, to me, if you have a turnaround game, you have a hezzy pull-up, start-stop game, you got to, like, Kelsey got all that to her game. Caitlin, you're going to be real. And this is not to hate on, it's not hating, but this is being real. Just because a lot of people watch you don't mean you're the best. It just don't mean that, right? There's a number of factors that go into why she's watched. It's media, she is good. It's media, it's a number of things. Angel Reese, taunting, all of that, right? All of those things, all right? Now, what's unfortunate is for all of y'all that are out there on that thing, pushing that narrative and all of that, Angel Reese team, they just being a little bit more prosperous right now. So it's about to get real dark. It's about to get real dark for some of y'all. But my message right here is to some of you Negroes that's just out here pushing this narrative that, black women, they catty and they just talking, they be hating and all of that kind of stuff. Like, makes me think you got some type of serious psychological problem, issues with black women. Maybe you need to take another forum where you talk about that or deal with that. Or just show me the quotes. I saw after game one. After game one, when the Fever lost to the Connecticut Sun, they interviewed Carrington and a couple others. Carrington had locked Caitlin up that game. Practically locked her up. When Carrington was on her, she shot 2 for 10. That's getting locked up, right? And they asked her about facing Caitlin Clark. She didn't say anything disparaging or anything ignorant at all. Handled it like professionals. I have not seen these women do anything other than be professionals. This is the truth. And you niggas, and I'm calling you that because it's how you're acting. You're acting like niggas. That's not like being men standing on business. You're just riding the wave right now. And I get it. If I come up here and I say Caitlin Clark is the greatest college basketball player ever and all of that, right? I know I'm going to go viral because that's the nature of the beast right now. She's got some serious engine going on right now, right? If I come out here and I say she's trash, I can go viral. There's a chance I can go viral because I'll attract the people that hate the first group. But if you come the route that I go, I try to go the route of being objective. When she plays well, give her credit. When she plays poorly, I'm a clown her, just like any other player, right? That's what I do. People like that who do that, what I'm doing, nobody's interested in that. People like fire starters, and I get it. But you know what? I'm going to stay being the way I am, presenting my point of views the way I'm going to present them, and attract who that attracts, and be patient with it. That's my plan. That's my plan. Because I know at the end of the day, I have to be comfortable with me and who I am when I look in the mirror. I'm not going to be out here being phony for anybody. All right. But you jokers, I already issued a challenge. Show the evidence of all this hate going on instead of just running with something Charles Barkley said, running with something Shannon Sharp said. Shannon Sharp sat there and talked about this shit for 20 minutes and didn't show not one shred of evidence. And that's pathetic, man. That's pathetic and it's sad. It's sad that men are running around, starting slander and rumors. So see, there's a difference. There's slander and there's backbiting, okay? Backbiting is when you say something behind someone's back that they wouldn't like for you to say in their presence, but it's true, to say something true. Slander is when you start running around lying behind somebody's back, telling things that are not true. And unless you prove it, they're not true, right? This idea that people are just jealous. And then Mookie, he went up there and he's showing clips where they're playing defense. And he's saying they're trying to take her head off and trying to hurt her. Like, I can tell you don't watch the WNBA. And that's cool, you don't. But you shouldn't be talking if you don't. WNBA is very physical. Very physical. They knock everybody down. That's just the way that game is. Angel Reese got knocked down a number of times. They try to take her head off. No. That's just the way they play. But you wouldn't know that if you don't watch because you're still up on that arrogance that, we got the NBA. And I got a little bit of that in me too. Right? But as I've been watching this game, bro, they got some skilled women, man. Caitlin Clark is not top 20 among them at all. So, hope y'all see what's happening, man, because this is God's work, right? Your girl, all the hype in the world, 0-5. This one right here, people say she just mid, can't really play, ain't really that, blah, 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 blah. Just beat the 4-0 Liberty. Yeah, that happened. Peace out.